Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boys, Fargo Reactions here, back with another video, and today we are going to be discussing free agency.
Yep, it's
and a
that
trade.
time of the year. It's July, which means free agency has begun.
Some big names. Some big names are on the board here. Let's hope we get a. Who do we get? We're about to find out.
So let's get right into it. Here we go.
So,
it started off at the draft 2 days before free agency, which
with a
was
trade.
like it was so tight, the schedule. Like the season ended on the Monday or Tuesday or Monday, and then the draft was on Friday and Saturday, and then free agency was on Monday. The Leafs, Brad Treliving, Brendan Shanahan, they all stayed in Vegas for free agency because there was not enough time to get back to Toronto with everything going on.
So, let's get right into it. So,
We had a trade.
We had a trade to announce. Dallas receives Max Ellis, a retiring, expiring contract for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He needs to be re-signed, and a 2026 7th rounder.
Yeah.
Obviously, Max Ellis with the Toronto Marlies played 36 games, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points.
And
not a great season for him.
In return,
we got the long-expected, the long-rumored Chris Tanev from the Dallas Stars, who had a very good regular season and a playoff season with the Dallas Stars in terms of blocking shots, hits. He was a beast out there, ferocious.
They said that he shut down McKinnon and Eichel's minutes like perfectly, and if you can shut down those guys, that's exactly what we need on the top pair.
So, he's obviously going to play with Riley, but he was unsigned, so they only got his rights.
Yeah.
So then he
had to be signed.
So then we get into July 1st.
So the weekend comes along, no Tanev. Sunday comes along, no Tanev announcement, but there were other announcements, re-signs, which we've been waiting for. Number one,
Max Domi is back.
Sir. Yes, sir.
4 years at $3.75 million per year. He will most likely finish out his retirement,
I really hope so.
his NHL career with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
That is a next. Now that he's signed long term, definitely going to get Max Domi's jersey. I love it.
He posted on Twitter.
Oh my God!
I'm not leaving. They're gonna have to drag me back out of here.
I'm leaving. And that was like the best contract announcement signing I've ever seen by a player.
What an announcement. That was great.
That's freaking passion right there.
He's got the passion.
He says, I have a PSA to announce, and we've been waiting for that PSA for a long time.
And in his 80 games with the Toronto Maple Leafs, he managed to occur 47 points.
38 assists, 9 goals. I love this contract.
This one is just a real head scratcher.
Yes, it is.
This one's just a real head scratcher.
And we were like, huh? Excuse me, what?
So,
okay.
Timothy Liljegren was rumored to be traded or in some trade conversations, and we were just going to trade his rights away to some team, get him out of here, because he just didn't work out in the playoffs. It didn't happen. But Brad Treliving decided, you know what, we're going to sign him at $3 million, so we got to raise the guy. The guy did so well. He got a raise, $3 million.
So you're telling me that in 55
years.
games played at the least this season, 3 goals and 20 assists for 23 points deserves a raise to double his salary?
A defensive liability. A defensive liability on the ice. He was scratched for most of the playoffs.
I can tell you why Brad re-signed him. Number one, he's right D, and Brad Treliving says that it's hard to find right defensemen out there that are good, and he's 6 foot. So that probably explains why he paid him.
That just makes no sense.
All I have to say about this is, hey, I'm not totally against it. The price is a head scratcher, but if he can step up, then it might be worth it. But that means he has to step up big in this season.
He said he was happy to return.
I want to see 30, 40 points from this man.
He said he was happy to return to the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's happy to be back, and it was a pretty easy conversation with Brad. So I guess that's that.
I hope it works out. Then Yes.
This man right here.
I love this one.
The brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
$3.66 million a season for 3 years. Now, he earned that contract. He earned that contract in the playoffs by literally stealing games for the Toronto Maple Leafs when they were down 3-0 against the Boston Bruins. And somehow, some way, it was miraculous. He out-dueled Linus Ullmark. He out-dueled Jeremy Swayman.
It was very disappointing when he made that save in Game 6 with 0.1 seconds remaining. Broke his leg or whatever he did, sprained it, whatever, and couldn't play in Game 7.
Because who knows, if we would have went to Game 7.
That was a rough
If we went to Game 7, who knows what would have happened if Joseph Walls was behind the net. Could he had saved a couple of goals?
Some people are like, 3.66 mil, wow, for someone who has never been your starter. Well, I think this is a bet by Brad Treliving. I think he's betting on Wall because he's going to outperform everyone's expectations, and that 3.66 mil is going to be an understatement for Joseph Wall.
The thing is, it's not about his performance. It's not about the lack of save. It's not about the lacks of goals going in the back of the net. It's not a lack of performance. It's a lack of staying healthy. Is Joseph Wall's ability to stay healthy for a full season and a full playoffs?
He's never been a bad goaltender.
It's not about his performance. It's about the ability to stay healthy. That's the only risky part of Joseph Wall.
Yeah.
I think the Leafs are taking a gamble, but it's a gamble they need to take with Joseph Wall. I'm happy he's back. Welcome back, Brick Wall, and let's hope for a better 2024-2025 season where we bring the cup home, damn it.
Yes.
Let's go.
Now right into the UFA signing. So this was not technically a UFA. Leafs had his rights. We were worried this was getting close to the deadline. And just the morning of Monday, July 1st, it finally got announced.
This one, I mean...
6 years, 4.5 mil, $27 million contract.
Now there's a head scratcher and there's an okay part for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, the first 3 years of this contract, he's going to be undervalued for what he's bringing and for what the contract could have looked like if he went to another team.
Probably
so the first 3 years are basically a discount for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The next 3 years is when we start getting in the red territory where he's going to be pretty much overpaid.
He's 34 right now. He's going to be 40 at the end of this.
He's going to retire a Toronto Maple Leaf. Let's just be honest there.
And we all know what Brad Treliving and the team wants to do. They basically wanted to bring down the money because we needed him, but we couldn't pay him a lot. So they did that by adding term. What's that going to do? Well, this is where they found a loophole. Now, Frank Saravalli is coming out of here saying, oh, the league is going to investigate the Leafs for this because it's technically not allowed and it's cap circumvention when you sign a player for a longer term to bring the price down just to put him on LTIR.
Mark Stone.
Exactly.
Mark Stone. And you want to know what the best thing is? Mark Stone's wife had no shame in hiding it. Mark Stone's wife took a picture with a guy wearing LTIR with number 67, Mark Stone's number. Why? No shame in hiding that. So it would just be perfect, a Cinderella story that the NHL would investigate the Toronto Maple Leafs when other teams have been doing the same thing for many, many years. It would be just so hilarious, and it's gonna probably happen.
Because we know that the Leafs, or what they're gonna do, is you're not gonna have a 39-year-old defenseman on your roster at 4.5 mil. You're probably just gonna LTIR him because this guy was given a no move clause the whole time. So then you're probably just gonna LTIR him and save that cap for someone else and just let him retire.
Most likely.
That's cap circumvention, and the Leafs probably gonna investigate it because we know the league. Last year with Dallas, he had 19 games. He had 5 points, 4 assists, and 1 goal.
But he's not meant to put up the points.
No, he's meant to.
He's a
shutdown
defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Then,
now this one
in goal, we needed a replacement for Ilya Samsonov. We re-signed Joseph Wall. The Leafs were looking to not have a dedicated starter, but have a tandem starter of two goalies fighting for the starting position in the
Now,
playoffs.
this one I'm really, really excited to
Yes.
welcome. I'm excited to welcome Anthony Stolarz. Anthony Stolarz with the Florida Panthers, with the Cup-winning Florida Panthers, played 27 games, a goals against average of 2.02,
That's really good.
and a save percentage of 925.
That's really good.
Now, he's going to get more games than ever in his career. He's
Yep.
going to get a bigger load.
And that's exactly what he wanted. That's
So-
why he did this.
Anthony Stolarz, I already like, from what I watched, from the highlights I've watched, he's a very agile goalie, a very flexible goalie.
30 years old,
He'll make-
6'6", tall guy, 240 pounds.
He'll make ridiculous saves that you won't even believe. But he's got the passion.
He signed, I believe, was a discount, $2.5 million for 2 years.
He's got the passion because I saw his interview being welcomed in as a Toronto Maple Leaf.
Oh, yeah.
And all this guy screams to me is passionate man.
He said when he heard the opportunity that the Leafs were looking for a tandem goalie to basically battle for starts. The two goalies are going to battle to see who is better, and they're going to fight for the starting opportunity
was
in
like,
the playoffs.
"Me!"
And he's like, yeah, his hand went right up. He's like, please don't say no more, because he loves a competitive opportunity here in Toronto.
So he's going to get an opportunity that he didn't get in Florida because Bobrovsky just stole that away
Leafs
from him.
were also apparently in on Laurent Brossois from Winnipeg, but I mean,
This
I
is
honestly
much
like this.
better.
I liked it for the price too, and this is okay. This was a little head scratcher.
was a real head scratcher. So,
Matt Murray, welcome back.
Matt Murray,
to the
welcome
Leafs.
back, buddy. Welcome back to LTIR.
Welcome back from Rebellious Island, eh?
Yeah, welcome back to from Rabidius Island. You know, it was a
1
pleasure.
year, $875K, not league min.
Okay. This one's just so dumb.
I mean, I know why they did this. It's for insurance, because if Wall gets injured and Stolarz is playing, you need a backup. What if Stolarz gets injured? What the hell are you gonna do? Call up Hildeby? I mean, you could.
the
but
Hilda Beast is ready, man.
They needed a third string goalie just for insurance.
But you
and
could
they
have got
said, hey,
Laurent Brossois.
we have one that's under $1 million and is willing to take $1 million. And honestly, I'm not saying he's a bad person. Matt Murray, I like Matt Murray. It's just like, man, his injuries have plagued him
Listen.
from playing in this league.
This
Plagued
is
him.
just so confusing. Like, I was so happy to get rid of Matt Murray's cap.
He did not play last year. He was on LTIR all year. But in 2022-2023 season, he had 26 games played, a 3.01 goals against average, and a 903 save percentage.
And just alright, but it's not that great.
He's going to be a third-string goalie, and he's fine for a third-string goalie. Whatever. Then, another defenseman, which I'm happy of. Apparently, the Leafs were in on Matt Roy, but apparently he got outpriced. So their second option, which I'm totally fine with, is
OEL.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Stanley Cup champion
Ekman-Larsson.
from the Florida Panthers.
This is a guy I wanted for a little while, but
Signed 4 years, $3.5 million.
that's where
Could have been a little, like maybe $3 million, but whatever. I guess he was asking for the money. So.
32 points in 80 games for the Florida Panthers last season.
9 goals. Now, here's some fun fact for you. 9 goals. That 9 goals that Oliver Ekman-Larsson got on the Florida Panthers last year is more than any current Toronto defender from last season. How does that sound?
So, it's
He's
good
gonna
to me.
He's going to be a second or third pair defenseman, and he's going to be an offensive defenseman. That's what he's going to do.
So, 200 pounds, I mean, it's
I feel
alright.
like he's the John Klingberg that Brad wanted last year that he never got. And hopefully he'll get him this year.
But I'm cheering for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I'm cheering for all these Leaf signings. And
Then this one, it's controversial, hasn't been confirmed by the Leafs yet, but it was reported that the Leafs had signed Yanni Hakanpää to a 2-year, $1.5 million contract.
now I'm
And
hoping he's healthy enough to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
he would be great for the penalty kill.
Because Yanni Hakanpää is 6'5", 218 pounds,
Big guy.
and just throws the body on everybody. Everybody's a target. Everybody's has a red sticker note on their back when Yanni Hakanpää is on the ice.
He
It's
played
amazing.
64 games played with the Dallas Stars last season, got 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points. Now, he's not a point producer. He's a hitter. He's like a Benoit, but he's also great on the penalty kill, and that's what the Leafs were interested in. He's also a right-handed defenseman. Now, they haven't confirmed this because
of his injury history.
What's his name? Steve Simmons from the Toronto Sun reported that
Don't trust Steve Simmons.
I know.
Not a very good source. But anyway.
he had basically no knee left, something about bone-on-bone contact, and that his knee was all messed up from last season when he was injured, and that he might never play again. So that's why the Leafs haven't confirmed it yet.
I'll believe it when Elliot Friedman comes out with a report. Steve Simmons, I'm sorry, you're not very reliable in Leaf land.
No, he's a bum.
He's not very reliable, but anyway.
Reporting for the Toronto Sun. And then we had three
Some
depth
depth
signings
signings.
that the Brad Treliving in his press conference said were in the hopper. Here they are.
Cedric Paré,
Yes.
of a Quebec native, 25-year-old, 6'2", 190 pounds. He played in the AHL for the Colorado Eagles. 61 games played, 35 points, 14 goals, and 21 assists for 35 points.
He's sent down to the Marlies 1 year, $775K league.
Not bad.
Then
another one. Dakota Mermis.
Lefty,
Mermis.
righty, plays both sides.
I love that
1 year,
name.
$775K. With the Minnesota Wild, he has more NHL experience than the other two signings. 47 games played, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points.
I love this name, Mermis, man. It's gonna be fun to announce this.
I don't know why it's
guy's
fun
name.
to say. Yeah, Dakota
Mermis. Dakota Mermis, man.
Then, heading on to the last one of our depth signings, another right-handed defenseman.
Philippe Myers.
Was on the Lightning. 1 year, $775K again. On the Lightning 2 seasons ago, he had 11 games played, 1 goal, 2 assists, and 3 points. He's a big guy, 6'5", 210 pounds.
He's probably, all these guys are going to throw the body. They're not really meant to score points or get you points. They're meant to throw the body around and get some defensive minutes.
One thing that is questionable, very questionable right now, is what the Leafs are going to do. They are currently $1.5 million over the cap. Now we have a ton of defensemen on the roster. Yanni Hakanpää's on the cap hit right now, but he might come off, so we don't know. That $1.5 million might go away. We have 3 goalies on the roster. We have 10 defensemen, including Hakanpää, Riley Tanev, OEL, Liljegren, McCabe, Hakanpää, Benoit, Timmins, Weber, Mermis. They gotta trade Timmins.
So let's be honest here.
Timmins is not a Treliving guy. He's a Dubas guy.
Timmins probably gonna get sent down. Let's just be honest.
Either way.
Cade Weber, I think he's gonna get set down for more AHL minutes.
Same with Dakota Mermis.
Same for Dakota Mermis.
The forwards is the big question I have right now. Robertson requesting a trade, apparently, so we don't know what the hell's going to happen with that, but they did qualify him. They qualified Duer. I'd like him to re-sign for like $1 million. He was great for the penalty kill, great on the face-off for the fourth-line center role. The way I see it is David Kamp's $2.4 million is something you should look to trade out. Replace him with Duer at $1 million. And there's your fourth center. But, like, right now, our bottom 6 is atrocious. Other than Domi, Matthews, Marner, and McMahon, Tavares, Nylander, what's in the bottom 6? You got Yarncrow, Kampf, Reeves, Nyes, Holmberg. That's 5 players, and a few of them, if I might say, shouldn't probably even be there.
Yeah. And what's going to happen with Marner?
They have some work to do. And
what's going to...
Apparently Vegas was poking around at Marner, but who knows if that ever materialized. Clearly didn't. I don't think they're going to trade Marner. I think he's going to play the season with Berube. But who knows? They got to unload cap somehow. They got to get some forwards. This is not done. I don't think this is the team we're going to see in September at training camp. I think Brad Treliving still has lots of work to do.
We're going to find out what he has to do.
The way I see it is Brad Treliving had 3 questions to answer in this offseason. We needed depth. We needed more scoring because that was a problem. We needed big upgrades on the defense, and we needed a new tandem goalie. We got the tandem goalie. We got the upgrades on defense. Great. Next step, forwards. Got to solve that problem. That's, I think, the next step.
I want to find out what Brad Treliving has in his hat.
They also have to start doing Tavares and Marner contract negotiations if they plan to re-sign them. I don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, he's not commenting. He's not going to say if they've started or not started. They're not going to say shit until the little birdie flies out with the little pigeon head, and he's going to say, here's your contract. There you go.
I have a feeling, I think we might see something shocking in the development, in the works. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting offseason. It's It's going to be a very interesting season to come.
Remember, Matthews and Nylander. Matthews signed in August. Nylander signed later. So there's still lots of time for them to figure that crap out. But if Marner wants to stay and leave, he's going to have to step the hell up this season.
So let's see what he's going to have.
I want to see 100 points from this man.
I want to
Prove
see
you're a 100-point player.
I want to see
Not
contract
99.
year Marner.
Yeah.
I want to see playoff year contract
we
year
saw
Marner.
a contract year Nylander, and that was really good. I hope he continues to produce like that.
Let's hope.
So that's it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you enjoyed this one.
We'll see you on the next one.
Peace out.